Well, hello, church family. We are a church that is for Wenatchee Valley. We love to celebrate and partner with the businesses and nonprofits that make this a great place to live. And so I've been asking you, who are some of the nonprofits that you have seen that are especially making a difference in this valley? And one of the nonprofits that came up repeatedly, actually, is CASA. And so I'm here with Lisa Melvin of CASA to find out more about what CASA does and how we can be involved and support its work.
Yeah, thanks, Andrew. I really appreciate that you're doing this shout out for nonprofits because we are an exceptional community that way. Yeah. So many people doing great work. Chelan Douglas CASA is a program that really equips and empowers court-appointed volunteers. That's what CASA stands for. Court-appointed special advocate. Those volunteers are recruited, trained and supported to advocate for children and youth who've experienced abuse and neglect and are at, one of our most vulnerable and at-risk children in our community. And basically they advocate inside and outside the courtroom, speaking up for the best interests of children, and that will mean, making sure they're safe, making sure that their well-being is improved, and permanency as well. What I mean by permanency is really their forever home.
Right.
Our primary goal is to really see families reunited, number one, because that's really what the fabric of our community. But if that's not possible, then there are other options like adoption and guardianship. And really volunteers, as I mentioned, they are in the courtroom every Wednesday in Chelan County Juvenile Court. You will see CASAs in action. And then once a month in Douglas County also, really speaking up for the best interest, because that's how the judge really makes a decision for the best interest of the child.
So making sure the child's best interest and their voice is being heard in the legal system.
Yeah.
So important.
Yeah,
so important.
They'll visit with teachers, they'll talk to extended family members, they'll speak with therapists, counselors, they'll recommend services, advocate for their educational supports as well. So they do a lot of things, and they visit, of course, they visit the child regularly to make sure that they're safe wherever they are.
Right. So such valuable, important work. Mm-hmm. How can people get involved? How can people support the work of CASA?
Well, our volunteers are our most valuable resource, and it's a real credit to this community because every child here who finds themselves within the child welfare legal system has a CASA, and that's not the case in other communities. So we're very, very fortunate that way. So obviously volunteering, and when you take on that responsibility, it's really important that you stick with that case at least, until it closes, because so many kids who've experienced a great deal of trauma need those stable adults. And so that's often who the CASA is that one stable adult that they can depend on, that maybe sticks with them through the whole case as, other things change through their life. And there are also other opportunities besides volunteering. We every April we promote Child Abuse Prevention Month. So we'd really love to see the community and the church get behind that, putting out their pinwheel gardens, wearing blue on Fridays, really getting behind our kids in our community and saying, you know what, we're going to look out for our kids.
So if you have a heart for children and making certain that children's and their needs and their voice is heard in the justice system, maybe you'd like to talk to Lisa here at CASA and take that next step. It sounds like a huge commitment to be involved as a volunteer, but you're also right there with those volunteers and supporting them and training them and making certain they have everything they need in order to serve in the ways that they serve so that kids can thrive.
Yeah, volunteers are some of the most courageous and resilient people I have ever met. And so we welcome you to join us. Yeah.
Well, Lisa, thank you so much for your time and thank you so much for your work.
Yeah, thank you.